The first and foremost thing is you must be clear what is it that you really want.
How do you manifest money without working for it?
3 unexpected signs your manifestation is on its way.
I only started manifesting last year, actually.
Oh, I thought this was...
How you use edging to manifest with the law of attraction. Oh yeah.
So you visualize...
From then on, it was whenever I wanted something to happen, I manifested it.
In 2023, manifestation has become quite the buzzword, and a lot of people have a lot of different preconceived notions about what they think that might mean. How do you go about doing that? Different techniques, different ideas, affirmations, meditations, all these things come to mind. We're about to scrap all that. We're gonna start from scratch, and I'm gonna teach you in this video the process of manifestation, or rather a process of manifestation that you can use from start to finish. And what's gonna be awesome about this video is that when you are done, you will have a complete framework in which that you can work with of what manifestation is and how you can use it to revolutionize your life.
And now, thanks to the marvels of modern technology, we are able to slow down this amazing process and see firsthand how he achieves this incredible feat.
So before we get there, I know you're probably wondering who I am and why I feel qualified to talk about this. Well, I am a manifestation mentor. I teach people how to use ideas like the law of attraction, spirituality, personal development techniques. I teach you how to put all those things together into a cohesive framework that you can use to actually get results in life. My name is Rodtheplanter, and I've been studying manifestation for probably about 10 years now. And I started, as most people did, from hearing about it through The Secret and understanding like the law of attraction.
This is the great secret of life. What kind of a house do you want to live in?
Do you want to be a millionaire?
What kind of a business do you want to have?
Do you want more success?
What do you really want?
But if you've ever been down that road, if you've ever heard of The Secret, you know that it is quite the elementary introduction into an entire philosophy, an entire umbrella.
Still a rookie.
Wow.
So I've spent my life, like I said, the last 10 years, really studying and trying to understand all of those ideas and figure out how can you actually practically put them into use and not just wish and pray.
I owe the banks a lot of money, but little do they know, I just learned about manifestation. Now I'm gonna get so much money.
So let's start from the beginning. What exactly does it mean to manifest something or to create a manifestation? I love to go to the actual definition of the word here to kind of get a clue into what this idea might actually mean. And when you talk about manifest, it says to make something clear or obvious to the eye or mind. This is an adjective. When you're using it as a verb, when you manifest something, it is to display or show a quality or feeling by one's acts or appearance, to demonstrate something. With synonyms like display, show, exhibit, demonstrate. And so obviously what we're essentially talking about is it's just making something known. It's just taking abstract ideas and bringing them into reality. Now, I know that we talk about it in our society and our cultures in a very magical way. And I do believe in the magic of manifestation or manifesting, but I definitely think that it has a very practical application too. I look at ideas of just like, how can I use them to actually better my life or to create the life that I want? It's not to say that all of these ideas and practices that we have to help our manifestations aren't real. They work and that's a part of it, but it's not some magical, I say these words, I make these chants, I do this meditation or incantation, or it's not even a belief system. It's just the process of making something reality. I would love for you to think about it in that context of I'm just going to make this so. I have an idea in my mind of who, what, or where. I'm going to take that idea, that thought, and I'm going to manifest it. I'm going to bring it into reality to make it self-evident to where other people can experience that as so. So let's set up a little example so we can understand this process at work. Let's say we have a friend, his name's Johnny, and Johnny is going to manifest $1 million. But right now, he only has $10. As Johnny comes out right now and he says, I am a millionaire, the rest of us are going to look and we're going to say, well, no, you're not. You know, you have $10, and having $10 and having $1 million is not the same thing. And that incongruency is the process that he's going to go. He's going to try to align himself into this idea of being a millionaire. Johnny starts thinking, he has the belief, he has the idea, and he knows that it's a thought in his mind. I want to become this millionaire. So he starts setting out to figure out how is he going to do this. And now he has to seek out certain strategies and ideas. He starts reading books, he starts learning, and he realizes that he can maybe build a business, and that business will create $1 million for him. And he believes that to be true. And so, because he's seen tons of people do it before him, and so he starts out to set this business, right? And as he's working towards this, maybe Johnny reaches that benchmark of making his first $100,000. And we start to get excited now.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Is that your car on the lot?
Yeah.
It's a Jag?
Yeah.
You make a lot of money?
Yeah, I do all right for myself.
We start to think, if Johnny comes out and he says, I'm a millionaire, we say, well, no, you're not yet, but I definitely could start to see the idea that Johnny would be a millionaire if he were to continue what he was doing on this path, right? He's kind of in that process. And as that process goes on, the demonstration of the fact that we've seen Johnny go from $10 to $500,000 has already given us a certain level of confidence and belief that, yeah, Johnny might actually go on to become a millionaire.
What's up, boss? You believe that? You hold on. Oh no. Do you believe in that?
But he's just demonstrated it to the universe, to life, and so more and more that becomes more and more his identity, more and more his reality. Now, of course, you know, it starts to move over to that first $1 million. It has become manifest. He says, I am a millionaire. We all say, of course you are. You have $1 million. Like, that makes a lot of sense. And it adds up. It is his reality. He has made it so.
It works! It works! I finally invent something that works! It's your ass, it works.
Okay, so now that we all have a common understanding of what the process of manifestation is, how do we go about doing it? This is where a lot of the common information and content and things out there on the internet are about, is like these different techniques and strategies to bring about these manifestations. But right now what I'm going to give you is a full, complete framework, more like eagle eye understanding of that process and why we do those different techniques. So I have my own personal process that I've developed over these last 10 years that I use personally, that all my friends and family I've taught to, and all my clients in my personal mentorships and in my course. I teach them what I call the spirit, mind, and body method. And the spirit, mind, and body method is a complete framework. It has a lot of ideas and understandings that go into it. But one of the core things that we talk about in there is that it's tied to your beliefs, your thoughts, and your actions. And these are really the three umbrellas that we're going to use to create our manifestation. And I think that all of this starts in the spirit, or in the belief, right? When we looked at our friend Johnny and he started with the $10, he had no indication or rationalizations or ideas that he could look to say that he was going to be a millionaire. All he had in the very beginning is a belief. It's an idea, a desire even. Think, man, that would be great if I could, right? Or this is something that I would like to experience in my lifetime. And through that, we have to first turn that little desire into a belief, right? The belief that we can do it. You know, if we looked at the example of Johnny, he would have never taken the step to build a business or learn about making a business if he did not believe first that it was possible. And so that is first the spirit thing, and that's where we really start. I think that it doesn't matter if you have strategies or ideas, it doesn't matter if you take action. If you have a poor belief, if you have a low belief, then you're not going to stick with it or stay with it or stay consistent. You know, as I look back on my own personal journey, honestly, that's all I ever really gave credit to the law of attraction for. It's definitely, I've experienced it in my life and stuff, but the best thing, the idea of the law of attraction ever did for me was give me the idea that anything that I wanted was possible to have. That if I was dedicated to a process, that I could actually bring these things to be true in my life. Before I'd come across those ideas, I thought it was just only for certain types of people. You had to be this kind of person or have this type of background to get the things that you want. And it was law of attraction that really showed me that anybody can have anything they want if they're willing to dedicate themselves to the process of manifesting it. And so there's all kinds of different strategies and techniques that we can use to cultivate a belief within ourselves, right? And these are things like meditation, self-reflection, visualizations, all of these things, prayer, all of this stuff is just techniques we use to try and create a belief within ourselves, to anchor ourselves into the idea that this is possible for me in my life. And so every day as you wake up and you're doing your affirmations in the mirror, it's not really creating the thing in the real world. It's not changing your external reality. It's changing your internal reality and changing the beliefs that you have about whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. And this is probably the most important part of the process, hence why there's so many techniques about creating that. Very crucial part of the process, creating the belief within ourselves. And once we do that, we have that belief that yes, this is possible. I can do it. Not people can do it, I can do it. This is something that is well within my purview. That's where we start, and you have to have that part first. And as we get that belief, it leads us to the next step, which is our thought, right? The mind part of the spirit, mind, and body framework. In the mind part is all about thoughts, logic, and reasoning, right? And so this is where we actually led to strategies. Remember when we talked about Johnny, his first step was believing that it was possible that he could become a millionaire. It led him to step 2, which was to start reading, start learning, start studying. How do you become a millionaire? What is the process of actually the ones and zeros, the nuts and bolts, the steps that I can take? He narrows in on a strategy that's going to help him get to what his specific manifestation is. And this is why when you hear about people talking about manifesting, it's so important to have a detailed vision of what it is exactly that you're trying to manifest. Like if Johnny were to say, I want to make more money, well, he might have just gone out and got a second job. And a second job would have created more money for him, but would that have created the millionaire lifestyle that he actually desired? No, right? Well, depending on the job, right? But having that idea of like, I want $1 million and being very specific about that is what allows him to, in the second step, filter all the different strategies out to get to the strategy that's going to bring him the result that he's looking for specifically. Because there's a million strategies out there. This is where things like writing, thinking, studying, learning, reading books, making plans, strategies, business plans, maybe content plans. All of those things are where our really strategizing and logical mind takes place of like, what are the nuts and bolts to get there? So that's step 2, is really narrowing in on a strategy and having the right thought processes to get to where it is that we want, or the thing that we want to create in reality. And all of that leads us to the last part of the spirit, mind, and body framework, and maybe my most favorite part. Now, I think that true manifestation pros understand this part, but they understand that inherently everything takes action. And we're going to talk about what action exactly means, but there will need to be actions taken. If Johnny had just thought of the idea and believed in it massively, found the best strategy, he was like, I know what needs to happen. I need to build a business. But if Johnny never took the steps to build a business, if he did if he played video games, if he went outside and gardened every day, and he didn't actually take the actions in the strategy, it would never have manifest. And I think this is where most people get lost, is they either don't take any action, or they take actions that are not in alignment at all with their belief in their strategy. And all of that hurts the congruence of alignment. When we talk about alignment, it's aligning the belief, the thoughts or the strategy, and the actions together to create something that is so. Now, in Taoism, they talk about the idea of actionless action, effortless action, non-action. These ideas, I think, are really fundamental in this, and what kind of sometimes brings the magic about. It's not that you have to it doesn't have to be hard. A lot of times when people think of the ideas or the things that they're trying to manifest, they have this underlying belief, right? When we talk about beliefs, sometimes those beliefs are subconscious, they're below. And so maybe you do have the belief that you can do it, but you also believe that it has to be hard. And so you feel like all these actions that you have to take are going to be grueling, hard actions, or it's going to take a lot of hard work. And that's not always the case when you're trying to manifest something or create something. It doesn't always require that these things be hard actions or a lot of actions or actions that you don't want to take. And so I that is in the body portion of the spirit, mind, and body method, because it's your body that you use to take actions, to actually make things and create things. Use your hands to make things real in the world. And body is all about modeling, acting, speaking, doing, presenting, actually embodying the ideology that you have. Even when you look at yourself as an idea, this is so funny, when you are a spirit, mind, and body. But if you did not have a body, and let's just say you were just a spirit and a mind, how would anybody or anything in the physical world experience you? We have no way. The body is the portal in which we interact with the physical world that we live in. So it's like you have to use that body part, and that's in the action. You're gonna have to take action. You're gonna have to believe, know the strategy, and then do the things in the strategy to get the result that you're looking for. But that's the spirit, mind, and body method in a nutshell. Like I said, there's a lot of details and a lot of ideas that go into each one of those things. When we talked about beliefs, for instance, you know, a lot of times beliefs can be subconscious beliefs, and this is where a lot of people get hung up in their manifestational processes, is like you have to figure out those subconscious beliefs, and that can be a kind of a tricky process. You know, it can be tricky sometimes getting the right strategy, and then even staying motivated to take the actions that you need. So that's a lot of things I help people with, is in those like minutia of getting each step correct and in alignment. But when you can align those three things, I don't care who you are, where you are, what you are. It literally does not matter. You can have, be, do anything in this reality if you can align those three things. All right, man, I love you so much. I appreciate you spending your precious quality time with me. If this was valuable in any way to you, I would encourage you to subscribe to the channel, as this is the type of stuff that I talk about every day and try and continue to put out so that people can get the results that they want in life, you know? All right, thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video right now.